Hello everyone, it is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to our first look at Dakar Desert Rally. That is right, finally, a few years after we were waiting for Dakar 2 to come out, Big Moon Studios and Saber Porto are back with their second installment of the Dakar video game. So we're going to jump right into it, talk a little bit about it, and see what it looks like.
Welcome to Dakar Desert Rally, the greatest rally race on the planet. Pick up the road book to explore the vast Saudi Arabian desert. Dare to adventure in the most epic desert rally.
Welcome to Dakar Desert Rally, partner. I'm your co-driver and navigator. I'm here to help you win the race. I'll read from the road book, follow my instructions, and we'll make it to the finish line. Ready? Let's do this, partner. Let's speed it up.
All right, so right away they're going to throw us into a rally car here, and we're going to be able to change the camera around a little bit. I'm playing on a controller. We're going to, of course, go to the bikes at some point here, but I wanted to start off at least with this little beginning tutorial. Kind of show off the game a little bit, see what it looks like. Oh, these camera angles are wild. We even have a helicopter camera. Of course, we have a co-driver reading off the road book to us. So a lot of stuff from what we saw before, but physically it feels really challenging to get the hang of. I'm going to try to figure it out a little bit. Super, super loud though, so I'll probably turn all of this stuff down as soon as we're done with this little tutorial. Oh my goodness, very bouncy. So much stuff happening. Oh, okay, now we are on a motorcycle. So here we go. We're riding as American Ricky Brabeck, who of course won the Dakar Rally. And we're up against this car right here, but I think this is just part of the tutorial at this point. So far, feels pretty heavy, but as these rally bikes should feel, they're very heavy motorcycles, so I'm expecting them to feel heavy, but it feels pretty easy to go fast and stay the course. Oh, as I say that, I slide out going into the water here. It looks really pretty. Obviously, aesthetically, this is incredibly good looking. But I would say that so far I'm a little bit disappointed with how the motorcycles feel. We'll get into that in a little bit, though. Kind of trying to figure out how to get to these checkpoints and where to go. It looks like we're going to go to this one next. And we kind of shortcut a little bit. I know we can go off trail, off piste a little bit, but it looks like this one is still right next to the beach. Oh, man. So much sliding going on. I don't know why it's having us like race the car, because of course the car would not be in our class. I think this is just part of the tutorial, showing off the game a little bit. So now we're catching back up to the car and we're switching to something else. All right, now into the big trucks. Drop off that little hill right there. Now we're in the snow. Go from the beach to the snow really quickly. Didn't actually know that it snowed in Saudi Arabia, but I suppose there are some areas that are a little bit more mountainous that could. These trucks are huge trucks. All right, I guess we're going to split. Oh, that is a very big rock. Did not see that one at all. Back up and go around that. Almost to the finish line, though. We only have 0.25 kilometers left, it looks like.
1 kilometer. Prepare to turn right.
Got to cross over here to go to this one.
Right on track.
Almost there to the arrival. Oh, no, it's actually 0.2. Or no, sorry, checkpoint 025 is what we went through, not 0.25 kilometers left. And now we're coming down to the finish line. And final.
Nice driving, partner. Well done.
Congratulations! You achieved the minimum experience required to have your own garage. This garage will be your home base where you can store, repair, and set up your vehicles for all Dakar events. You have completed Dakar Desert Rally's first qualification event, and you have won 500 Dakar points. You can now buy a vehicle and its respective team.
Of course, we're going to buy a bike. So which one can we get? We can get, it's like seemingly all of these bikes. So it could be Nacho Cornejo or Leia Sands. Is there an American to choose? Looks like not. It's the Yamaha team. There's the KTM factory team. Gas Honda. So we'll just go Yamaha here, right? Spend less points if we can. We'll just do professional. I think that's the one we did before. New events unlocked. So how is this going to work? Is this supposed to like mimic the rally, or are we doing like little sessions or events? It looks like this one is a Dakar qualifications event. But before we do that, I have got to lower the volume because this is ridiculously loud. Okay, so it looks as though before we actually race in the Dakar Rally in this game, it has us do these like qualifying stages, which is not what it had us do in the first game. Of course, it went basically right into the rally. But now we're at the bivouac, which is the common kind of reconnaissance area for the Dakar Rally. So we can service our vehicle, tune it. We can look at the road book here. So I think if we go through all the waypoints here, if we go all the way down through the road book, it'll mark it for us, or at least that's what it did before. Doesn't look like it will do that this time, but it looks pretty well marked already. So I'm curious to see how difficult this is compared to the last game. It's been quite a long time since I played the last game too, but we're good to go. So the special is 31 kilometers, which is pretty short for this game because the kilometers go by like 5-10 seconds. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, aesthetically though, this game is very, very impressive. Nothing wrong with how it visually looks, but of course I think a lot of people want to know how it plays, how it feels, at least on the motorcycles. So this is what we're going to try to figure out right now. Okay, so there was a tutorial, but a lot of the stuff that they were talking about, it feels like I already know. So we're just going to go ahead and send it, see how it goes, and try to follow the road book a little bit as best as we can to get these checkpoints. So we go 1.6 down, and then we hit that little waypoint and continue on. But it looks like so far we're just staying on the road. We're going to go through this little canyon here. I think I may have stayed straight too long. Nope, actually we're good. And again, with the motorcycles, it feels like the exact same thing is the problem with this game as it was in the original Dakar video game, which is for whatever reason, it takes way too long for the bike to kind of decide, I think I need to go this way over this hill. I feel like this is probably wrong, but we're going to send it anyway. 6.82. I feel like I'm already off course a little ways here, but let's see. We're kind of coming around this hill right here, and we would go right through here if this is correct. Yeah, it feels like we're missing the mark, but we're right next to where it says the waypoint's supposed to be. I think I was supposed to stay on the road though. So there we go. We're going to stay on the road a little bit because so far looks like the road book has told us to stay on the road with that blue arrow staying a solid blue. It would be a little bit more of a dotted line if it told us to go off the map. But yeah, the bike is sliding way too much. Like I'm barely turning even a little bit, and it'll immediately just start sliding out, and there's almost nothing you can do. It'll just start sliding, and that's where it goes. So I think that sucks a little bit, but oh well. So coming up here is a danger 3, it says. And it's through like a right-handed turn, I guess. So right here, we go right at this split. I don't know what's the danger 3 about that? Seems kind of weird. Just kind of navigating through these rocks, and it looks like we're going this way, I believe. So the trickiest part about this game is to try to follow the road book and try to understand, navigationally where you're going, which I feel like now I've completely missed and I need to go back. So we're gonna loop back around and go back to where I went off the course back there. Honestly, this is one of those games that to me, I feel like I need to almost play without commentary to get the hang of where everything goes. And it looks like, yes, we were supposed to go down this way. So now we're going off into the water. It looks like we're just kind of navigating through these trees a little bit. Keep kind of going this way and hope that I run into a checkpoint. Yeah, okay. So then we're going to go back onto the road here a little bit and go to the right, it looks like, through these rocks. Nope. The waypoint was back there and we missed it. It's so difficult to read this road book correctly if you're not familiar with the verbiage and language on it. Fortunately, in professional, we do have like this little thing at the top that when we get close to a waypoint, it'll tell us that you're close, but it's still not the easiest thing to understand. And I'm hoping that I'm still following this trail correctly here as we're kind of weaving through the rocks. And I'm starting to believe that we did not, because we're well past 16.9. So when it went back up here somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, so there goes another racer on the right course. I haven't checked a waypoint yet. Must have needed to roll the road book back or something like that. So there we go. And at this point, I'm just going to follow the guy up here because it seems like he knows where he's going. Getting the hang of it a little bit with the feeling of the bike, but it's still really difficult to navigate. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Just trying to change views to see what it looks like in first person. Similar view to the original Dakar game in first person. Feels pretty good though. I will say when you're actually moving pretty fast, this game feels pretty good. It's just that sliding out right there is so not conducive to what would happen in real life on a motorcycle. We're jumping this thing? Let's go. Big airtime, probably way too fast there. But it definitely hurt the motorcycle much more than it just made it seem. Now we're heading off into this direction. It seems like we're still kind of following this little trail right here through the dunes. Turning right up here, I believe. Going down to 29, just over this little trail. And then we're hard left onto the road right here. And following the road all the way to the finish. This is, man, like I said, it is difficult to try to navigate this. But we have made it to the flag, and I have no idea how well we did. 12th. 0 repairs, 0 penalties. But finished below top 8, so stage was not completed, which means this is not a good look. So I guess we have to restart it. Now that I know where the course goes, maybe this will be a little bit easier. Let's try to actually finish this stage before we finish the video. So far, yes, obviously visually this looks way better. I would say the user interface looks pretty solid compared to the old game. It was a little bit less understandable, I feel like, if you had no idea about the Dakar Rally in the past, how this works, how it's supposed to, get from point A to point B, more or less, which is why I would recommend to any new players of this, definitely start in the, non-professional mode, the beginner mode, whatever it's called, to be able to learn the courses a little bit faster, a little bit easier, and eventually you'll learn to use the road book. Like I said, for me, I feel like I almost need to play this game without talking to better follow the road book, because it's pretty difficult to talk and feel like you're actually getting reasonable thoughts out while also trying to navigate at the same time. So maybe I'll do a playthrough of this game or something like that without talking, so you can at least see how the gameplay looks and get a full Dakar Rally. Or maybe I will do it and talk through it and live stream it or something like that. But I definitely want to play this more because I want to try to get the hang of the road book and see if I get better at this game, if I'm starting to like the feel of it a little bit better. I will say, compared to the original Dakar game, the animations and everything of the motorcycle riding looks way better. It still doesn't feel good, and that's going to be a big off right there. How much stuff just broke? Looks like a lot of stuff. Is this going to be a withdraw? Oh, no, it just puts me back. Oh, wow, that's really interesting, because in the old game, if you fell off, you would have to walk back to the bike and pick the bike back up and start it again and all these other things. But that right there was just a full-blown crash. There are, it's like a couple things broken on the motorcycle, but that was a full-blown crash. Maybe nothing's broken. I don't know. And it just put me right back. Oh, another crash. So does this want to walk back to the bike? It must only be in simulation then that you have to walk back to the bike, because that was one of the cooler things about the original game, to me at least, was you actually had to be pretty wary of how you traveled, and you couldn't just send caution to the wind necessarily. All right, so this one, it is straight through here, up through these rocks. That was where I missed it before. They're definitely going to have to work on the physical aspects of the motorcycles in this game, in my opinion. I know they probably focus a little bit more on the cars and trucks, because I think that's more of what people know Dakar as. But as us being motorcycle fans, there's obviously quads in this game as well. I'm assuming the quads are going to have a pretty similar feel to what I'm feeling on the motorcycle here. That's going to need to be cleaned up because it still feels pretty weird and wonky and hard to get the hang of, because yes, I landed in the weird soft stuff, but I just did a perfect 360 sliding. Didn't fall off or anything like that, and it just kind of righted itself right back on the right path. That's not how a dirt bike works at all. So definitely got to clean some of that stuff up. And then like this too, like launching this to near flat would be catastrophic. Maybe if you play in simulation mode, it'll be much worse, but ugh. At least that one, like sliding in the sand, that makes a little bit more sense to slide out like that, but it just happens way too fast. Like you just barely going anywhere and you just spin around violently and it's really hard to control. I don't know. Not too thrilled with how that feels. That needs to be cleaned up quite a bit. But at least doing a lot better in this stage, and I think we should finish top 8 this time. At least I hope. And over the line. Oh yeah, we finished first. So we just unlocked 3 achievements as well. It helps to have already seen the stage and know where we're going. But yeah, pretty good little result there. Just going to show a little podium scene. But anyway, this is our first look at this game. I'm going to do more of these videos, show off more of the game, probably at least do some of the car stuff, which I didn't do in the first Dakar video game. But I actually plan on probably live streaming this more than anything, because it's going to be easier to play it without, like trying to think about talking about stuff the whole time and just, casually interacting with chat and stuff. So follow us on Twitch. The link in the description below to follow us over there to see more of this. But any questions, comments, concerns you guys have, please be sure to let us know. Be happy to answer any of those questions. And we'll continue on with more Dakar Desert Rally gameplay in the near future. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. So long for now.